Be reviewing The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. Before I begin, I want to make a special shout out to my English teacher, Ms. Yap. Hi, Ms. Yap. So, the story is narrated by Death. And yes, I mean Death, the person who, or the spirit, I should say, that comes and picks up your body after you've died. He is retelling the story of Liesel Menninger, a German girl who grew up in the fictional town Mulching in Germany. This happened throughout the time period of 1939 and 1943, so pretty much the majority of World War II. She is growing up in a pretty tough situation. In the beginning of the story, her brother dies in a train accident, which she witnesses. After that, her mother disappears, and she pretty much has to live with the Hubermans, her foster parents. There, she realizes a lot of things, and which eventually leads up to her getting in trouble and her stealing books, as the title says, Book Thief. While living there, she also develops other relationships with a German refugee, Jewish refugee named Max, and this is prohibited because, like I said, in World War II or in Nazi Germany, Hitler didn't like the Jews. He abhorred them. So this Jewish guy, he pretty much hid under a basement on one of the other guys' houses. So Liesel Menninger, she builds this relationship with him, and pretty much they become friends, even though their age difference is pretty significant. She also has a friend named Rudy who likes her a lot, but she does it because he's kind of a unusual friend. For example, in the 1936 Olympics, it occurred in Berlin, Germany. Jesse Owens, as you may know, he was one of the fastest persons on Earth at that time. So this was Rudy's idol, and Rudy wanted to emulate what Jesse Owens had done at the Olympics, and so he did this by literally painting himself black. He did this by charcoal, and he did it from head to toe. So he is kind of a strange friend, but in my perspective, he's pretty kind of cool. I really enjoyed this book because, other than telling someone else's life, it gives you an insight as to what the German life was back then. It also includes German vocabulary. For example, Samensch, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, means girl pig. This was used as an insult that one of her foster parents used to call her, because she would just not pay attention. So this is what they used to call her, along with other things. It also the way that Mr. Zuzak describes the story is pretty vivid. Like, I actually felt like I was in the story, like at each event when this was happening, because Death, he kind of chimes in on some of the events, and it just makes me picture like what is going on, and it's kind of a unique thing because not every book can do that sort of stuff. I also like the extensive vocabulary in this, because uh, you want while reading a book, you want to benefit from reading, and if it has like other impacts on you, like vocabulary or sentence grammars, because the SAT is pretty much coming up for us as juniors, and you want to read as much as you can so that you can be prepared for when you're taking the test, because reading will help you. As some of my older friends have told me. I would rate this book a 9.9 out of 11 sweet watermelons, with 11 being the sweetest watermelon and 1 being the rotten one. I didn't give it full points because it kind of got boring towards the middle. There wasn't really that much action going on. You would think that this would be following the exposition, like in the middle being the peak, but no, it kind of oscillates between the middle, the beginning, and the end. So that kind of got confusing. People who would be interested in reading this book are people who want to learn new things, especially languages, and want to know how life was being lived back then in Nazi Germany. And if you want to learn about World War II, or at least have some taste of it, because I believe this book will give you that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So as I mentioned, this book is narrated by death. So I chose to sort of represent death by my outfit. I have a black hat, or yeah, it's like kind of skeleton side sort of thing. So I have a black hat with this tecton, black sweatshirt, some writing here, and some black pants. And I chose this night setting because this book kind of sets in the mood of like a mystery and just the World War II, like that's so mind blowing, because at that time there were bombs going everywhere, whether it was the United States, England, Europe, Germany, Austria. It was pretty scary living at that time.